And now, freelance heroism.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel,
Yes,
would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Chris Sones. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone,
Hmm.
and we couldn't do it without you, so we really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I'm really glad that the listeners have gotten over that DC sound sarcastic shit. I haven't gotten any complaints recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel sarcastic, but just not
Definitely.
not about them. I really do appreciate them.
Hmm.
I'm sarcastic about all kinds of things. You know what? I want to do the we were talking about Booster and we're going to get to Booster.
Hmm.
But I want to explain the power of sarcasm that I
Okay.
have.
All right.
Nate the other day in World of Warcraft that we're streaming
Hmm.
told me that potions were lame. Nobody uses potions. And I was like, loads of people use potions. I mean, like, loads of people. That's why they sell in the auction house. There's thousands of them up there.
Yes.
They're very good.
Mhm.
This argument kind of nested in my brain for a little bit, and I've grown as a person to now where I don't just say the sarcastic comment. Now I wield the sarcasm for good, where I have now maximized my efficiency at the alchemy profession, and I have in one night, due to anger at Nate's comments and yearning to prove him wrong,
Hmm.
went out and maxed out fucking alchemy.
Just out of spite.
Yeah, spite levels. I hit 375 spite levels last night. So and the rest of the spite levels will occur later today. But I was fucking nobody's. But get out of here. Get. All right. Well, while
I
we're okay.
I was gonna say, when I played EverQuest 2, my character's crafting class was a cook. So I made food and drink, which were consumables, but they did like health and mana boosts, and those sold all the time. I made so much money selling food and drink, and it was great because they were consumables. So it wasn't like someone was gonna buy, the highest tier food and drink from me and then never buy any again.
I
Like people
literally
people
use that
always
as
need them.
I use that as my justification. Like now I think about that all the time because
Hmm.
I was always the crafter, a gear crafter, right? Or
Hmm.
like when I really want to be nuts and boltsy, I'll do like gems and what is it, jewel crafting and engineering, right?
Hmm.
To make me like the most potent dude on the battlefield.
Right.
But when you started talking about that, like you buy a sword one time
Hmm.
and now you have that sword, or you buy a trinket one time and now you have that trinket.
Yeah.
But if you buy a potion or you buy fucking food or something like that, then it's gone. And now
Right.
you have to buy it again. As soon as he said that, I was like, I have been a fucking idiot for a long time. So I literally like almost every profession I have now, outside of like clearly engineering is very good.
Hmm.
Um, but like now I'm doing things that are consumable I can make money on like that.
Yeah.
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 So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Also,
Hmm.
um, I just want to say, uh, potions are very good, Nate, and I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him. You're gonna look. You don't not believe how many potions I have in my. I tried to put them in the guild bank, and they wouldn't let me. Okay, I don't have access to the guild bank, even though I'm the guild creator. I'm like second in our guild just because I didn't want to do paperwork. Anyway. Okay, yeah. So speaking of medicines,
Uh-huh.
and health upgrades and all those types of cool bonuses,
Right.
you went and got a booster.
I did. I got my latest COVID booster the other day.
And you had a sore arm.
I had a very sore arm.
Why don't you show the people how sore your arm is, Rachel?
I'm not doing the voice.
Do the voice.
I'm not doing the
Do
voice.
it one time.
No.
Do it on stream.
No, absolutely
Come on,
not.
record it. Oh, I want to go back and listen. I'm going to clip it out and listen to it.
We were talking on Zoom the other day, and I was reaching for something as I was talking, and like my whole arm felt like lead, and it hurt so bad, and I just like made this sort of piratey groan about my arm, and Dees has, I don't know, been obsessed with the noise ever since.
It is fantastic. It's so good. Come on, one time.
No.
One time for the audience.
No, absolutely not.
Fine.
But I didn't know what to expect because one of my coworkers got it and he said it was like the easiest one that he'd done, and another coworker said that she had like the worst reaction to it out of all the other boosters she's had. And all the previous ones I've gotten have I've been very tired that day, but usually by the next day I'm fine. But this one, for whatever reason, my arm felt so sore and I got kind of feverish, and it's just like I got like some weird muscle soreness.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better today. I ended up like calling into work the next day, and I slept until like 1 p.m. I slept for a long time.
Wow.
And I just didn't do anything around the house except make up a mug stand.
Wow. I'm glad you said that for the audience. I'm glad they know about your mug stand.
I made a mug stand, so I wasn't completely lazy.
Right.
But yeah, I was.
But I thought it was funny when you tried to assemble it the first time. We were on a Zoom call while she tried to do it. She went to turn, like screw something in at the bottom, and it made. She was like, it was excellent. Anyway.
But I feel a lot better today. So,
Well, that's good.
If you haven't gotten your booster yet, go get your booster. I'm getting my flu shot next week. So,
if you see Rachel out and about, punch her right in the right arm.
Don't you dare!
Just punch her right in the right arm.
No.
And then she'll do the weird pirate voice like, my damn arm. I can't do it like you do it. Yours is much better. Anyway. So this is a Candlekeepers game, yeah?
Yes. So this is the first episode of our Between Campaigns Candlekeepers game. And if I don't want to predict when our Return to Ravenloft campaign starts.
You edited them. You edited the episodes. You know exactly how many there are. Act like predicting, like you're fucking.
Okay, so
what kind of prediction is this? You know exactly what's about to happen.
Return to Ravenloft.
You have a chart written right in front of you. I'm certain.
I am looking at the calendar.
No shit.
Right now.
Rachel schedules when she takes a dump. She's not gonna not know when an episode goes up. Come on.
So, Return to Ravenloft, our first episode, fittingly enough, will be on October 31st, aka Halloween.
Oh,
pretty cool.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do that? You had to shave some minutes, didn't you? You had to shave some good jokes.
No.
You had to shave some good poop jokes out of there.
I didn't have to shave.
Just to get it to land right on Halloween.
I didn't have to shave good jokes.
She's fuck you. She leaned into that one. Leaned right in. All right. Okay. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are all missing all that quality shit joke content. All right. Well, what's the name of this episode, Rachel?
So we don't name our Candlekeepers episodes.
Oh.
So this is Candlekeepers Chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you ready to go to the episode?
I'm ready.
You want to give everyone my arm is hurting.
No. No.
Do it.
No.
Tell us about how bad your arm feels. Do it. Tell us about your arm. Okay. All right. Well, hey, wait till the end credits. Maybe she'll throw one in. Maybe. Maybe that'll be a reward for you hanging out.
Oh no.
I don't think she is,
No.
but we'll see.
All right. Are we all ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Or do you guys need a minute to like get into new character?
Oh, that would probably be helpful.
Okay.
I'm fine.
As
I can't tell if
society
I was in
presses
character or if
upon
you're
us,
just
we
sad.
must leave it behind.
It is very nice to meet all of you. There is nothing offensive about speaking like this, is there? I tried very hard to not make it offensive in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I was mindful of my decisions. He's just a very breathy turtle.
All right.
I just have to slow down and relax.
Mhm.
One of my favorite delicacies from your region is these pebbles. They are so crunchy.
You're eating rocks. Even I know that.
Rocks,
Yes.
they will outlive all of us.
But rocks aren't alive, so
They were here before us, and they will be here after us.
Unless I get my hands on them. They are so yummy.
When you ship
I like
them
the
out,
ones
they
from
will
the
still be
bottom
here.
of the ponds.
hmm.
They are slimy and crunchy.
That's going to hurt when you poop later. I'm just saying. Not that I know from
poop
experience.
one time a year. Only once. Every year on my birthday.
Birthdays, the reminder that you die every year, a little more and more.
I am 750 years old. It helps me keep track of my poops. I have taken 749 poops.
Then you should fear the next one, for it always could be the last one.
Especially if you're eating all those rocks.
My poops weigh 612 pounds.
612 pounds is like the crippling depression I wake up with every morning.
Oh my god.
Wow, mister, that's one dense dookie you've taken there.
Thank you. I am exceptionally buoyant on my birthday.
I thought you had a bit of more pep in your step than usual. That would explain a lot.
Dees, what is your character's name?
Shifu Enzam.
Shifu?
It's pronounced Sifu,
Oh, Sifu.
but Anzan is the name. It means large mountain.
Anzam? Spell it?
Anzan. Anzan.
Okay. Anzan. Okay.
They call me Sifu Anzan the Quick.
I like
I am-
seafood, especially
I am-
crabs. Those are really good.
Rock crabs?
Mm. But they're not really made out of rocks. They just live in rocks, and that's why they call them rock crabs.
I met a goblin one time,
Mm.
very short old green
Mm.
man,
Mm.
and he told me of eating pine cones. They were very good, but they make you burp pine sol flavor.
Mm. If you like rock crabs, you should really try rock lobsters. Those are pretty good too.
Rock lobster? Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so how do we want to start this?
Ah,
All right. So, those of you that did the Book of the Raven adventure, you successfully made it back to Candlekeep to find a few little changes have been made around the library in your absence. For example, Montero, you got an addition to your collection.
Oh, goody. More labor to slave on.
It turns out there was a donation to the library for a collection of novels that are essentially a drow themed bodice ripper romance series. However, the librarian that's in charge of the romance section thinks that the dark themes make it inappropriate for romance. And since you weren't at the collection development meeting, there was a majority vote to store the books in your gothic fiction collection. So those are your responsibility now.
Time out. Why do I think Rachel's projecting her work on this right now?
Oh, for sure.
Am I the only one who's getting that feeling? Was like, wow, she rattled that off way too easy for that to have been made up.
Because the bitch on the second floor won't do her fucking job. You have to do it.
That fucking harpy.
How does that make you feel, motherfucker?
I stayed home to play The Last of Us 2 one day, and I come back and that fucking harpy has screwed everything up.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
There should be a real harpy in this library who just flies. She doesn't have a section. She just flies around yelling at other people in theirs.
Gets in everybody else's business.
Yeah.
Oh God, in her
and
office.
Then I'll shoot her in the chest with a bow and arrow. She has a cork board filled with ways pottery is actually dominating the mind of young Christian youths. It's pottery. It's going to get you. Say no to pot is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's important.
So you've all had a few days, probably a couple of weeks really, to kind of get back into your usual work. Yonk, the children's section, is just a disaster. So it does take you a few days to get all the books back in order.
Well, to be fair, I kind of left it the way it was. It was a mess because it was my fault, but it's okay. That, and then I got tied up in reading Goodnight Silver Moon. And it's kind of a good book, but I keep hearing that Silver Moon is like not that great of a city. And that, I don't know, someone said that they should suck it, but I don't really know what that means. It's just something I read in this article because like tried to read a newspaper for like the first time. And then I was told that I had picked an inappropriate subject to read about. And so I went back to my books.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I haven't been introduced yet. Otherwise, I'd totally play off that. But
well, why don't we, we'll pick back up at Candlekeep a few weeks after the Book the Raven incident. And why don't we start with Montero? What are you currently doing?
I am pounding on my superior's door.
Okay.
To evict these romance dime novels from my collection.
So we'll say you're at great reader Avonmore's office door. She's sort of the she's the one that kind of sent you guys on this Book of the Raven quest in the first place.
All right.
I like that his tone has completely changed. What the fuck this? What is this?
This was actually her like lunch break. So you knew that she was like at her desk trying to eat her lunch and ignoring you. And then like at the exact minute that her lunch break ends, she walks over and unlocks her office door and opens it. She's, Mr. Montero, how can I help you?
This book, titled Enter the Matriarch, Thighs of Thunder, does not belong in my Gothic horror section.
Mr. Montero, this book series was thoroughly discussed during the collection development meeting, and many of us were under the impression that the dark themes that are in and she'll gesture at the book are inappropriate for the regular romance section, And since you are in charge of the Gothic fiction, which often includes dark themes, it seemed appropriate that this would be in your wheelhouse.
This is cruel and unusual punishment beyond what you normally inflict on me by living day to day.
Me living is cruel
No,
and unusual punishment?
me living.
Oh, you live. Okay.
You inflict upon me living. Here.
Look, why don't you know, have you read this
This
series?
is not. Yes, when I was 12.
I'm so... Then you are the most familiar with it, and if any of our patrons need help,
This section is about soul sucking. Not.
Heyo! Hashtag Tarantino'd.
if
That's funnier the longer you think about it.
if you feel that this series is not,
It would give certain
right for
people
you.
false hope, which is not good for our section.
Well, I'm not an expert in this series as you seem to be. However, if you feel that this isn't right for your collection, then I would urge you at the next collection development meeting to bring this matter up and have a good reason for why it should be in someone else's section of the library.
Very well. You forced my hand. I will put it on the lowest shelf so children can get to it. Good day.
Well, actually, before you go, I actually have some other work that I can use your assistance with.
Is it horrible?
Possibly.
Does it destroy the soul?
There is a sort of, it's about a book titled A Deep and Creeping Darkness. So there are
I'm in.
Okay, great. Why don't you wait here? I'm gonna actually I'll have my assistant go and get Yonk and the other one. And you can look at the book while we wait. All right?
I shall read it out loud to you.
It's not necessary.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I mean, hell is an empty place and all the devils are around us.
Why don't you take a look at this while we wait? And she will hand you a book bound in black leather. On the spine, it says A Deep and Creeping Darkness. It has minimal signs of wear and tear, other than like a few of the pages are creased and there are little ink blotches throughout it.
Bound in leather, and on their spine, they have A Deep and Creeping Darkness. I've dated that girl. I'm certain of it.
That was my nickname in college.
Begin to flip through it.
Bound in leather
All
was
right.
his nickname in college.
We will cut to Yonk. What are you doing, Yonk?
Well, I had started cleaning things up and putting books back, and then there was a pile of books that kind of looked like a chair, like, a throne. And so I kind of started making it into one, and then I tried to sit on it. And I'm a lot bigger than I give myself credit for sometimes. So
I've got historical fiction in my ass.
that didn't last very long. So now I'm picking up my mess, which was what I was supposed to be doing in the first place. But well, it's okay. All
right. While you're sort of lost in like picking up these different books, you kind of look up and you see a one of the sort of assistants. She's a early 20s halfling, kind kind of standing in front of you, waiting for you to notice that she's there.
Oh, hi, Miss Harpy. I almost stepped on you. I'm sorry. You really do need to warn me, when you sneak up on me like that. I've stepped on more librarians than I'm willing to admit. Did you come to check out a kid's book? I've been reading this one. It's Goodnight Silver Moon.
No.
I don't no.
No, I don't read children's books.
Well, weren't you a child at one point?
I was not. No, I was not.
Oh, that does explain a lot of things that Mr. Grimes was saying. Okay.
So
anyway,
the great reader, Miss Avonmore, requests your attention for something.
Oh, okay. We'll go see Miss Avonmore. All right. Am I supposed to follow you?
Do you not know where her office is?
Yes.
All right. Follow me.
Thanks. Would you hold my hand while we go?
Is your hand sticky?
Okay, I'll just follow you.
Okay, great.
Do you know
muted so I don't interrupt people? But I just there's so many things I'm laughing at.
Is your hand sticky? Well, if he was reading the other books, he would be.
You just hear his hand going.
Miss Harpy, do you know Mr. Montero got to talk to Miss Avonmore about that book that he's been so upset about?
He's been knocking on her office door for the last 45 minutes about it.
Okay. I keep telling him that if the book is about thighs, it probably belongs with Guy Fieri over in the cooking section, but nobody seems to think that's a good idea for some reason. I've had lots of thighs, like chicken thighs and turkey thighs and cow thighs. And there was at one time it was people thighs, but we don't talk about that anymore. I've never heard them thunder, though. They're usually just like meaty and chewy. I still think it's a cookbook, but that's just me.
I think you would have to read it to understand what it's about, Yonk.
I don't know. It's a really big book.
Bill Thigh,
it has
science
pictures.
Guy, and Joe Theismann.
All right. She will take Yonk to Avonmore's office, where you see that Montero is already there. He's reading a book that you have not seen before.
Ooh, that book's really got a dark cover on it. Did that come from your section, Mr. Montero?
I could only wish. No, this little ray of darkness came from her looking at the great reader and going back to the book.
Hi,
would you like
Miss
to partake?
Hello,
I would enjoy sharing my darkness with you.
I don't know. That sounds kind of scary. I was thinking maybe I could read the book about thighs. I know everybody thinks this doesn't belong in the cooking section, but I'd really like to figure out why. Oh, what is that person doing? That's
Avonmore is going to grab the book out of Yonk's hand, and she'll say, "Can we please focus on the task at hand?"
Do people's legs really bend that way, Mr. Montero?
I've never had the experience, but from what I've been told, yes.
Ooh, that looked like that would hurt. Maybe that's why their thighs thundered.
And Mr. Sifu Anzan? Is that how you say it?
Just Anzan's a name.
Anzan.
Sifu's a title. Yeah.
Okay. Anzan, where are you? Where are you at currently?
I don't know. This is the very first time he's existed. So you're the DM. Tell me where I am.
Well, I thought you had picked a genre to be in charge of.
Self-help is where I work.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Mr.
right.
Anzan, is it your birthday? Because it probably means you're in the bathroom.
That will not make sense unless I kept in the banter from earlier.
Sorry, I just had to. I apologize.
All right. I mean, It was just lunchtime, so you could be like in the garden eating gravel or something.
I don't just eat rocks.
Oh,
Just
okay.
to clarify. Anyway, okay, yeah, I'll be sitting out there and I'll be staring kind of up at the sky.
Okay. Um, so you're in this sort of like open courtyard area where there's like this gravel path that goes around and different benches and big stone tables that people can sit at. And while you're sort of pondering the sky, at some point you notice that there is a tiefling teenager kind of standing in front of you.
Hello,
Hi, are you Anzan?
that is what I am called. Yes. How
Are
may
you-
I help you?
Uh Miss Avonmore, sorry, Great Reader Avonmore. She asked me to come and find you and take you to her office.
Then let's be off.
Okay.
I am very old, but I am known to be very quick. And he like
Really?
leans forward, he takes a step,
Mhm.
and then it looks like he's not even moving, and then it comes forward the second leg, another step.
Do you
We should be there before tomorrow morning.
I hope so. I have a lot of work to do still.
You will be my guide, correct?
That's what Great Reader Avonmore told me to do. She'll kind of hold her arm out for you to take.
Tell me about your day.
Well, I got up at first light and went to chapel to say morning prayers.
Ah, divinity.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do, but also it just like it looks good on my transcript, you know? So
You seek for greater things. You wish to be more than you are.
yes.
What an inspiration.
Are you gonna we've only taken like 1.5 steps so far. Do you have like a cart or something that people
Oh, no, I was
take
just
you?
enjoying our conversation. And I'm going to go ahead and move my full speed,
Okay.
40.
Do you pull her like along with you or you just like leave her in the dust?
Until I feel resistance since I'm holding her arm.
Okay. She can
and
only
then
go 30 unless she double moves at your 40.
Okay. Well, then I'll slow down
Okay.
to match her speed.
All right. She looks very surprised. She's like, is it okay for you to walk that fast?
They call me the quick. This is why.
And she will tell you a little bit more about her day. She has a lot of like sort of side projects that she does. But she'll tell you about that as she takes you to Avonmore's office.
What was her name?
Her name is Irony.
Irony.
Yes.
As we, I guess, approach the door.
Mhm.
Irony, it is very nice to meet you. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. And I hope that your transcripts go marvelously.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be around. I have to help in the Firefly cellar with some titles that need to be pulled before they can be repaired. But if you need help this afternoon with something, like if you're working on a project or anything, let me know and I can maybe help you out with that.
I would be most pleased.
Okay, great.
Farewell.
Okay.
And he waves real slow.
She'll wave back and then leave. So we why don't we briefly go through what everyone's character looks like, since it's by the time this is posted, it's been a while since we have had a Candlekeepers game.
Okay.
So Great Reader Avonmore, she is a human. She's like kind of just past middle age. She has long hair, but she keeps it kind of like pulled up. And she's dressed in like these sort of kind of upscale but very comfortable robes. Mr. Montero.
I am wearing a black shirt with a black vest. If there was a darker color, I would wear it. Black slacks. My
Mhm.
hair is combed down, looking with a black look as well. And
You look human, right?
I am actually fallen Azimar. My skin is as pale as my soul is dark.
Okay. Of course.
My skin is as pale as my soul is dark. By the way, I thought Little Ray of Darkness was a fucking fantastic line earlier.
I agree.
That was great.
Thank you, thank you.
And standing next to him is Yonk.
I'm a dragonborn.
What color dragonborn are you, Yonk?
Well, I'm bronze, but my mom used to say that I was her golden ray of sunshine. So sometimes I tell people I'm gold, but then they say, no, you're bronze. And I go, well, then you're calling my mom a liar and I'm going to beat you up for that. And then I typically do. I have a cloak I like to wear. And I have pants, like sort of like shorts. Not that I particularly care to wear them, but I've been told by certain people in the library that I have to wear pants. So I do. And I have a little book satchel that I like to carry around my favorite books in. And sometimes I get to ride a horse. That's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I got this giant axe. But I've been told that I have to keep it on my back at all times in the library because of that one time that I accidentally sliced off a couple of elves' ears by,
right.
Accidentally. Yeah. Oh, that's what Mr. Grimes meant by pun. Oh, I get it now. That's funny. Sometimes when I get really angry, I spit acid from my mouth. But I try not to do that too much because it tastes really bad and then it makes my throat all burny and scratchy and itchy. And then, if I want to read to the kids during story hour, it doesn't sound so good. And I have a hard time like finishing the book. Okay. So, but that's me.
And our newest person who has entered the office.
I am Sifu Anzan. My name, it means the large mountain. I was named for the mountain because of the awkward shape of my shell. I am an old turtle, and I have studied how to be a monk. Yes? And I teach people to look on the bright side. Even of the darkest day, there is light. You must look for it. I am I'm 5'7", and a turtle, essentially. I don't wear any clothes because I'm just covered in a big shell. I'm like kind of an olive brown, and a thick leathery skin and yellow eyes. And I have a big backpack that sits on the top of my shell on straps.
I don't get it. Mr. Seafood, why does your name mean Great Mountain? You're a turtle, not a great mountain.
Look, and I'm going to pull my arms and my head and my feet inside and then fall flat on my stomach. So it's just like a big rocky point on the ground. And then from inside the shell, you can hear,
Mr. Montero, where did he go? Where did he go?
I am a mountain now, Yonk.
You kind of look like
pulled himself inside like we all wish we could do to ourselves when the world hurts.
I'm going to push my arms and head back out and stand back up slowly. You are very depressed. Depression is rage turned inward. Why do you hate yourself?
Never thought of it that way. I guess you just get numb from the pain so much outside, you have to hate something.
And I find that very inspiring, that rather than hurt others around you, you would turn it in on yourself and bear that burden.
Inspiration is false hope that leads to failure, which leads to destruction, which leads
You remind
to
me
another
of
day.
this young green man I knew named Master Yoda. He was like you, connecting one thing to another. Many things. He used to say, only Sith speak in absolutes, but that itself is an absolute.
Avonmore is going to cut in at this point. She'll say, so seeing that, lunch hour is over and we are, back on working hours.
I miss lunch hour. Oh, dang it.
I am very sorry, Miss Avonmore. Please continue.
So Yonk and Montero, this is Anzan. He is new to the library.
I'm sorry. Welcome to hell.
Hi, Mr. Seafood.
Just call me Anzam.
Hi, Mr. Seafood Amzam.
This will work. This will have to do.
So
it's only going to get worse.
We were contacted not too long ago by a patron who had through the use of divination services learned that we had a book in our collection that could help him solve a bit of a family mystery. And she'll gesture at the book that Montero is holding. So this is that book. However, I find that it is going to require some footwork. And Montero, Yonk, you both did so well with the Brantifax situation that we had. Mr. Graves is indisposed, shall we say. So, but I thought that Anzan would be a great help. And I know you wanted to do some work outside of the library. And I think this is a great opportunity for that.
I
agree.
Yeah, I like mysteries. I really do. I have read all the Nancy Druid series. It's really good.
Nancy Druid.
Nancy Druid in the case of the squirrel's nuts.
So the book that we have there is a sort of collection of stories. And Montero, you would know this because you've been sort of flipping through it for the last few minutes. About a mining town by the name of Vermilion. And it was discovered that there was a platinum vein in the mountainside. And so they began mining for it. But unfortunately, some tragedy hit the town. And the book we have there is not really the full solution to the mystery of what happened, but does give some insight. And the patron that divined for the book, his parents have a history attached to the town. They were one of the few lucky enough to leave, and he has some sort of not only family interest but also a possible financial stake in this as well. And we have been able to basically work out a bit of a deal where if he is able to, through our assistance, get the town set back up, he would like to restart the mining operation of the platinum, and the library here would have a small stake in the mine, and of course the three of you would get a percentage of the proceeds as well for your assistance in this, which could be used to perhaps upgrade your sections of the library or your offices, something of that nature.
I will buy a large heated rock to keep my belly warm during the cold months.
I'm going to buy me a throne made of books that won't fall apart. Then I can sit in it and read.
What will you read if you sit on the books?
Other books.
You will build a second chair with them.
Well,
I have a whole new group of books you can read. You can check them all out at once.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They start with Thunder Thighs.
Oh. So if there's a book about thighs, does that mean there's a book about breasts too?
I am certain you
Yes.
will find many books about the parts you seek.
I really... I like
From the time we misfiled the Harder Boys collection in the children's.
Oh.
The heart. Jesus.
You broke my joke because I was going to go for the Hardy Baylors, but
I'll be sitting on that one since you're Nancy Druid.
You've been sitting on the Harder Boys? Nice. Boy, this book really got a hold of him.
Ayo.
So, in the book that you're looking at, this town had a bit of boon when the platinum was discovered in the mines. However, about 70 years ago, there was an explosion in the mine which collapsed some of the tunnels and buried workers under tons of rubble. 60 miners were underground that day, and over 30 of them died in the initial collapse. And the instability of the tunnels made rescue slow and dangerous. For the ones that survived the collapse or were trapped, they were trapped for days or even weeks before being rescued, or just dying in the mines themselves.
So sad. All those kids being trapped down there.
It is terrible.
Of the 60 miners,
I wish I was with them.
Of the 60 miners, only 16 came out alive, and 11 of the bodies were never found.
Those lucky souls.
However, in the wake of the catastrophe, another horror plagued the village. People began to disappear. It started with the survivors. They would begin to disappear just one at a time, never all at once. One or two would vanish in a night, and then a 10-day might pass before the next disappearance. Those that survived, many began to flee the village because it seemed like nothing they did, whether like sleeping with weapons or traveling in groups or anything like that, protected them. And the only people that survived were the ones that left the town. By abandoning the town, no one was there to keep the mine open. And the end of this book claims that the village is still there, though whether anyone inhabits it is a mystery. Sketched out on the back of the last page is a rough map of the village's location with directions from the closest mountain town called Marin. And even more will say, what we'd like is for the three of you to, go here. You probably have to get further directions in Marin, but it seems to be the closest occupied town to this Vermilion. And once there, see if you can find out exactly what happened, if there are any survivors. See if there is a possibility of the mine still being put to use, because we could definitely use some of the money from that.
We will do all that we can to find it.
Excellent. We've already got some horses outfitted for you. Yonk, the Clydesdale has that saddle that you brought back.
Oh boy. I get to ride the big horse.
We have a small problem.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot ride a horse because the undercarriage of me is round. Do you see?
Well, I have a really big horse, Mr. Seafood. I could strap you to the back of it and you'd be just fine.
No,
You can ride on your belly and pull your head in again. That was a really cool trick.
We could
perhaps a wagon.
yeah, we could outfit you with a small wagon that
Excellent.
a horse could pull.
Oh, I thought you were going to have him pull the wagon. That makes more sense.
You are an interesting. You are an How old are you?
I'm 42.
Fascinating.
That's like really young and dragonborn years, though. I think that's what my mom always said. My mom always said I was young for my age.
I am 750 years old.
Wow.
I've only been here 22 ungodly years.
You are the youngest. You will buy the meals.
It's really funny, Mr. Seafood, because like normally people always kind of make fun of me because I'm kind of like wrinkly and scaly and they think I'm really old and they make fun of me as being old. But now, like, you're the really old one. I'm just pointing that out for no apparent reason.
I understand what your confusion is. I am light of spirit. I embody the youthfulness of a much younger man. No matter who you play in any role that you may come across in life, you will always find that your personality is the old one. You fucking old piece of shit for doing that to me. Somebody does not know how to roll dash because they are a scrub lord. Sorry. We're working out some crit rivet beef here.
Yeah. Avonmore will say, well, you're welcome to take that book with you if you need to refer to it in your travels. As I said, we've already got some horses outfitted for you. They should be able to find a cart at the stables as well. Also, in remembering our previous struggle to find the last town when you were investigating the Book of the Raven, here is a map with the town of Marin. It's marked out for you the route that you should take to get there, so you should go there first and then ask around. Does that make sense?
It feels very much like everything is pointing at one person. All of these attacks. Luckily, I have a shell to protect me from the haters.
Miss Avonmore,
Yes.
can I pull Mr. Seafood's wagon?
Well, if you did that, Yonk, then what would your horse do?
He could ride the other horse.
Well, I meant the horse pull the wagon.
Oh, okay.
I'm the slow one.
I just, Yonk, based on your line of questioning from earlier, I was just sort of.
I want to pull the wagon with my horse. With Beefy.
Absolutely.
The horse is named Beefy.
The horse is named Beefy.
I
don't know if that's actually the horse's name. They just told me that they were going to have to find the beefiest horse to carry me, so I assumed its name was Beefy.
Yes. You'll take good care of him, right, Young?
I will. I just hope they didn't feed Mr. Beefy a lot of alfalfa today.
And so I know your last venture out, you came back and you seemed very concerned about the horses, but you should know, all the horses are fine, Yonk. There's not.
They're okay?
Yeah, all the horses are fine. You're not gonna, the only
horses are magnificent. I had one for dinner not 3 days ago.
What? You ate what?
He was beefy as well.
It's an
Oh.
expression, Yonk. You know, when people say they're so hungry they could eat a horse.
Oh.
I did.
I've eaten
The
a
expression
cow.
is true.
All right. Well, I have a lot
ate
of
the
paperwork
shit out
to
of
get.
that horse.
I have a lot of paperwork I have to get to, and a lot of bureaucratic forms that I have to fill out that basically say the same thing over and over. So I'm gonna get to that.
After the initial kicking slowed, he was much easier to consume.
All right. Well, here's your map, and good luck to the three of you. Also, Mr. Montero, the next collection development meeting. Don't forget about that. Okay, bye. And then she shuts her door in your face.
She is a wonderful woman.
I don't know. I'm not sure. She seems nice, but everyone says she's a real bitch. I don't know.
She is a bitch.
I don't know what that means exactly. I
can
thought
still
that was
hear
a mommy
you.
dog.
I can actually, you're having this conversation right outside my door.
I can hear you too. Bye, Miss Wood. You ready to go get on your wagon?
I am.
Okay. I'm just going to warn you. Sometimes Beefy gets the farts. So you might want to either pull your head in your shell or keep your mouth closed. Okay.
I want to warn you. Sometimes I do the same. There is no escaping for you.
The oath of death will follow us as we walk. The journey will be almost as delightful as the horror we find awaiting.
You are a very sad boy. We will try our best to cheer you up.
Please
Do
don't.
you like jingly things? And I'm going to hold up this collection of little beads and be like,
Oh, goody.
Yonk is instantly mesmerized.
Shall we depart?
we shall. Let us go. And I'm going to move real slow. 1 foot. And then another foot.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me of your day.
Yonk, would you like to go first?
Okay. I woke up this morning and I got dressed, and then I went to the cafeteria and I had a stack of pancakes this big. And everybody said you're not going to finish those and you're going to get a real bad stomachache when you eat all that. But I did finish it. And then I did get a bad stomachache, but maybe that's why the throne of books fell over. I'm not sure. But then I made a throne of books and I tried to sit in it, and then it wouldn't hold me up. And then Miss Harpy came and got me and brought me to Miss Avonmore's office. And then I met you, and we talked about that dark book. And Mr. Montero said we're going to go on a trip, and he's got a map, and you're in the wagon on my horse. And
Allow me to stop you. I was here for most of this.
well, you asked me how my day went. That's how my day went. At
Your
least so
day
far.
has been a series of both successes and failures in equal measure. Your day has found balance.
Is that good?
That is very good.
Did you hear that, Mr. Montero? I'm balanced. I don't think anyone's ever called me that before. They've called me lots of things. Balanced is not one of them.
No, Mr. Graves never called you balanced.
No, Mr. Graves. I'm not supposed to repeat the words Mr. Graves used, but
I do believe I called you a fucking tool bag. You fucking schmuck.
It's like I can hear his voice following me around. It's creepy.
It's like
I'm standing in the aisle behind you, you fucking piece of shit. Sorry.
All right. So you guys make your way to the town of Marin. It's a couple days on the road.
Quick, get the map. We shall mark Marin.
The map is already marked.
So
where we shall die.
The town of Marin is sort of at the foot of the mountains.
I dropped the map. It is at the foot of the mountain.
It is. It's not large enough to be called a city, but there is a lot of trade happening in it because The town sort of meets where three kind of major roads intersect. So they get a lot of travelers going through. Is there anything specific that you guys look for when you get there?
Food.
Food.
I would like to try the local cuisine.
So there is a tavern and inn. It is called the Bored Weasel.
Fantastic. I will try the weasel.
So this is a sort of mid-range tavern and inn. Seats about 40 people. It looks like it's probably that the second floor has the rooms that can be rented. The menu is simple, and it seems like what they're best known for is a stew called the Salty Fish Surprise. Which is strange because, again, you're at the foot of a mountain. There's not really a lot of big bodies of water here.
I will try the salty fish surprise.
By the way, Mr. Seafood, mountains don't really have feet. That's what
I am a mountain.
That's what
I have feet.
No, you're a turtle and you have feet, but that's okay. I got confused about the same thing before, and then Mr. Graves set me straight. They're called expressions. So yes. It just means that we're at the bottom of the mountain and we got to go to the top of the mountain. And I don't want to know what the surprise is. Sometimes surprises are good. I hope this isn't a bad surprise in my stew.
My day has been good so far. So this will either be good surprise or my day will find balance.
Oh, you'll be like me.
Something will find balance today. You.
Sort of, a little bit, but not really.
Okay. I take my bowl of salty fish surprise and consume it in effectively one gulp.
Okay.
Mr. Montero, will you have this fish surprise with us?
It cannot be more horrible than waking up this morning. I will also partake.
3 fish surprises, please.
All right. The man behind the counter, he's quite old. He's a human. He has very dark skin and just sort of like one like puff of white hair at the top of his head. And his hands are very calloused. It looks like he's just done a lot of hard labor pretty much all his life. Kind of look at the three and be like, you guys want the bowl, right? Not the cup?
The bowl.
I'm actually already in the kitchen. I have the entire pot. Oh, was this not self-service like the cafeteria back home? I'm sorry.
It's not. You're gonna have to put that down.
Okay. Sorry. Here you go.
It's all right. Thank you.
What's on the table that we're sitting at?
I'm gonna say you guys are at the bar.
Oh, okay.
And so he'll get you your bowls of salty fish surprise, and he also gives you some bread that's been baked earlier this morning, and some cups of water.
This is the worst joke ever. A dragon, a turtle, and a goth walk into a bar.
Anything else? I can get the three of you. You looking to rent rooms for the night, or are you just passing through?
A drink that will make me forget my existence.
He will have 2 beers.
2 beers.
Light beers.
Light beers?
Milk, please.
Dark beers. He will prefer. What wouldn't it be funny if the goth guy didn't like everything was dark except for his preference in beer? Do you have a light pilsner, please?
An India Pale Ale.
It really takes. I don't want to feel weighted down while I'm trying to hit my existence.
Do you just have one of those hard seltzer waters that's cherry flavored?
I'll have a sarsaparilla to bring some light into my otherwise cosmic nexus.
Followed by 4 White Claws.
Oh, God.
And a 4 Loco to finish it off.
I mean, you could get drunk or drinking a Sprite.
We'll bring you your light beer and your milk. and whatever Anzan wants to drink.
Oh, I don't drink
Okay.
alcohol.
Okay.
At least not here. I drink
neither do I.
type.
I drink milk.
Yeah, Young's drinking milk, which is
I will
gross.
have a milk as well with my
Ugh.
salty fish surprise.
God. So gross. Another milk.
So, Mister, I have 2 questions.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, number 1, what's a surprise?
It's the fish. It's where you get the fish.
Do you get it from a lake?
Well, I can't tell you, that'd ruin the surprise.
He has a point there.
Do you get it from a butthole scrunchie?
Gross.
Sorry. D-Walk is on the same wavelength as me because my second question was going to be, how do you keep your hair up in that?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, does the salty fish surprise taste good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tastes good. It's actually pretty flavorful. There's a lot of different spices going on in it.
Salt.
A lot of salt. But that's just so that way you'll order more drinks.
That's where they get you.
They
Okay.
could have salted the fish and then had it imported. They said there's a lot of trade going on, so if they did have fish, it would be salted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why are you ruining the surprise?
I'm not ruining the surprise. It came out on a cart. You act like other people get their fish from the rain. Like, come on. This is magnificent.
Thank you.
This is delicious soup. And I'm going to finish it up, and then I'm going to take a bite of the bowl and just continue to take like slow but steady bites, large beak-like snapping into the porcelain.
Mr. Seafood, that's what the bread's for. You take the bread. and
Oh,
you scoop
I
it-
am so sorry. And I'm going to take the bread and
Yeah.
put it and wrap it around like a sandwich. That is much better. It was a little dry.
He's
Oh, okay.
he's gonna look from Anzan to the two of you. Like, your friend all right?
I am
He
doing
enjoys-
fine.
All right.
He's fine.
As far as I know, he's really
All right.
old, and he can pull his head inside his body. It's real cool.
Well, takes
Do
all
you know-
kinds.
Do you know any jokes, Mr. Bartender?
I do not.
Oh,
Look, I just work, go home. I'm just gonna do that every day till I die.
oh no. What do you do for fun?
I don't.
You don't do anything for fun.
No.
Let me show you a game that we can play for fun.
All right.
Let me see your hands.
Hold out his hands, and they're like really like just covered in calluses.
I'm going to move real slow, like to put my hands flat out.
Mhm.
Put your hands atop my hands.
All right. I'll do that.
Now, when I move my hands, I will try to slap the top of your hand, and you must pull them away faster than I can move.
And this is
If I win, I get another bowl of this delicious soup. And if you win, what would you like? I will show you my shell trick.
all right. All right.
All right. Anzam is actually really quick. So, all right. So ready?
Ready.
Do we have to roll something?
Why don't we roll we'll say this is a dexterity check.
Oh, you bastard.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What'd you get?
I'm gonna send it.
Okay. All right.
That doesn't sound good.
Eat it.
You could got a nat 20
on the first try. I didn't even have to roll the second one. I swear to God.
Wow.
So
But I have a -1 to my dexterity, so
How can you be quick and have a -1 to your dexterity?
I move quickly. I didn't say that I'm very nimble.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm a giant turtle. I'm not like Ninja Turtles is completely unbelievable to me for that reason.
How hard do you hit his hands?
Lightly, very lightly.
Okay. Anzan's hands, like, it doesn't even seem like they move. It's like they're in one spot, and then all of a sudden they're just like on top of this guy's hands. And you hear like the little like slap. And this guy just kind of like blinks. He's like, how'd you do that?
I am a mysterious man. Bring me soup. And a new bowl, right. Please.
New bowl, new soup. Got it.
I'm going to look around the table at them. My head moves real slow, though, like, and then my face is facing them, and then my eyes roll towards them. So, like,
Yonk's jaw is just down to here.
This is why we move slow, so they will underestimate us when we must move fast.
Oh. That was cool.
Also, I really like the soup here.
It is pretty good, but it's making me really thirsty. I need some more milk.
You can have one of my beers.
I'm not supposed to drink beer. The one time I got into it in the cafeteria after hours, that was not good. There were a lot of broken shelves that day, and I got in so much trouble. And then it made me sick, and I threw up all over, half the receptionists, and now they don't talk to me anymore. And I think I'll just
burnt them.
I think I'll just stick to milk.
What the great reader doesn't know won't hurt her.
But it'll hurt me, and I might hurt you. So
I welcome the pain coming to help end the suffering.
Wow. I think you and Mr. Anzan need to go talk some more.
Where is our next point of... We should ask around about this mountain and the mine. Yes?
Yes.
Who would
the quicker
know?
To our demise, to be better.
The faster we do it, too, we can save all those kids, all those poor miners.
The tavern keeper will come back out with more soup and some more bread and another glass of milk for Yonk.
Tell us about the mine.
The mining town Vermilion.
Oh. Yeah, I'm from there.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I live there with my wife. She died in the
and the great blimp accident of 84.
The collapse. She died.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was about 70. I was right. Yeah, 70 years ago. I was about 25.
Wait, is he an elf?
No, he's a human. He's just really old.
Huh. That is why I was able to get him.
It's called elder abuse.
So your wife was a little kid?
What?
I'm confused about the miners thing. Is this another one of those words that's got two meanings that I don't know about?
She worked in the mines.
Didn't you listen to the last Lichgate album about miners?
Oh no.
No, I'm not supposed to listen to them because they say bad words.
We got into an argument, me and their stupid guitarist.
I always found their music mind-numbing.
What did you get into an argument about?
It was a turtles versus spiders thing. It's too long to go into.
Okay. If you're
Speaking
going
of which, I have a scrunchie for the poof of hair on your head if you want it.
I don't have any hair. I'm bald.
Not you, the tavern keeper.
he kind of waves his hand and is like, no, thanks.
Here you go, Yunk. Play with it.
So if you're are you going up to the village? Are you going up to Vermeulen? If you can I ask you a favor? If you're going up
you
there?
may.
Can you put some flowers on my wife's grave, and if you can find her old necklace and bring it back, that would mean a lot to me.
We will do what we can.
Her necklace is in the hall of the tree in the center of the town.
Seems like a strange place to store a necklace. Normally you put them in a jewelry box on the little table by your bed. Why would she put it in a tree? Did the tree need a necklace? Did the tree need to look pretty?
If you think of a tree, it is mostly neck.
Followed by a long shaft.
He's gonna get a napkin, and he's gonna sketch out like a sort of rough sketch of the town. There's sort of a center road that goes through it, and then it splits off. And he'll say that, it's been 70 years. I don't know what is really there anymore. But here where the three roads meet, that's where the tree is. The mayor's house was right next to that. And the graveyard's on the kind of the west of the mayor's house. You might be able to find something in like the old shops, but I don't know what condition those buildings are going to be in. The mine was to the east, past the mayor's house. If you take the west road past the mayor's house, that just goes deeper into the mountain. Nobody really uses that road much. It's not really taken care of.
What do you think?
The sooner we leave, the sooner we can embrace the horror of death that is waiting us.
Well, Miss Avonmore said we were supposed to go to the town and find the mine, so I guess that's what we need to do. And we can look for the necklace in the tree. It'll be like hunting for Easter eggs. That'll be.
You said in the hole of a tree or in the hall of the tree?
In a hollow part of the tree.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then I will finish my soup. What time of day is it?
We'll say it's about lunchtime.
Okay. How long will it take to get there based on what the...
It looks like, considering the condition of the road leading up to this town, it'll probably take you like 2-3 days to get there because you have to go up the mountain.
Well, we'll be forced to camp anyway, so we should leave now.
If you Astra, she's the florist. I can give you some copper to get some flowers for my wife's grave if you're serious about doing that.
Sure.
Okay, he'll give you some, and he'll say Astra. She was also she's the only other person here in Mayrin, but she also lived in Vermeulen for a while. But she left, her family took her out when she was like 8, I think. So I don't know what she even really remembers of it.
All right. Well, I already have a suspicion about something. We're going to pay attention to some numbers here since we're being very specific about ages.
Okay.
So he was 20 something when he left. He's in his 90s now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So that means if all things follow, right, then we'll figure it out. She should be 78 ish.
So that math works out about right. Not that Yonk would know, but yes.
This guy is really old to be running a fucking tavern, and it's
He
tripping
is.
me out a little bit.
No, like it lists his age.
That's really old for this time period. Just
It is.
in a mining town too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the actuarial table is just going bright red right now.
Maybe the really salty fish has just preserved his body.
That could be it. He's been brined.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism Plays Candlekeep Adventures. If you would like to support us, we are on Patreon. You can find the link in our show notes, patreon.com/freelance_heroism. You can find journals, audio outtakes, other stuff like that there. Also in the show notes, you can see our Twitter. You can see the link where Nate and Deese stream, the link to Deese's comics. All very good stuff. And if you like listening to us, maybe give us a 5 stars or whatever on however you're listening.
Solid.
Thank you.
Maybe give us a 5-star, whatever you're listening there.
Yeah.
Huh?
However you listen.
Give us some stars on the ear holes, yeah?
Why don't you tell us who's playing?
The cast includes David Walker as D'Angelo Montero, Nathan Lett as Yonk, and yours truly as Master Shifu Anzen, the Quick.
I don't get a thing. I DM this whole game.
No, you weren't part of the characters, and I don't have you on my notes here, so I didn't read you. And our young and talented DM, Rachel Moore.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're welcome.
No. Thank you. Thanks for listening to Candlekeepers with us. And the late fine is in the mail. Throw it on my arm hearts.
My arm. That's what you get. It's hard to do now because my arm doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah, you're not inspired.
Yeah.
That's the end bit. That's the end credit. My arm hurts.
My arm.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yeah, it's losing quality as we speak.
Yep. Diminishing returns.
You can't do it 10, 15, 20 times.
Nope.